Welcome back to the She's Just Like Me podcasts with your hosts, Isa
and Sophie, and today we're going to be talking about a little bit about our childhood, our canon events, and maybe some local Florida things like Wanado City.
Yes, so you definitely got to buckle in. This episode, we're going to bring you some nostalgia, and we're definitely going to go over some of the awkward moments circa 2008.
So just thank you again to all 14 of you for the love and support that we've been having in the past couple episodes.
We are very, very happy that all 14 of you are here, and we're just going to go ahead and get in. We're going to try and keep this precise and concise. That's just what we're known for.
We're working on that.
Yeah.
Where do you want to start? You want to jump on current events, maybe?
Yeah, let's do some current events now. So, we were just talking before we hopped on here. Sophie went to the Reformation sample sale that happened in Miami.
Girl.
And she is so kind and so sweet. She went for me. She went with her best friend, Nikki. And last year she did the same thing. She went and she picked things out for me and then shopped for me. Do you want to talk a little bit about your experience at the Reformation sample sale? Because that's not something everyone does.
No, it's not something that everyone does unless you live in a major city. Miami recently just started having sample sales within the last 2 years. I would always see them on TikTok for New York, and I would get jealous and I would get anxious because I would see all these really good sales that I would never be able to go to because I don't live in New York City. So that hurt my heart. But then the same company 260 sample that started in New York, they now have a 260 sample in Miami. And so every week it's kind of something different. But this week it's Reformation. The semi-annual Reformation sample sale is my favorite part of the year. Genuinely, it's better than Christmas, better than my birthday, better than any fucking holiday that ever exists because I blow a bag and I build a wardrobe for the next year. I love it.
Yeah.
And then I tell myself, oh, I don't ever have to spend money again because I have a full wardrobe of Reformation.
Right. But the thing is that it was basically free. What you just spent is free. You're actually profiting from having gone to the sample sale because
True.
This is girl math. Because when, for example, Sophie picked me up 3 items, right? The what I ended up paying Sophie was $275. That means that each item was less than $100. That means that I am profiting from Reformation. Basically paid me to shop for them.
No, true. And each and every individual item that you would have gotten is upwards of $200 on the Reformation store, website, whatever. Whereas on the sample sale, you probably just saved yourself $300, $400 because you got 3 different items.
For less than $100.
Yeah, because you got the little top. That one goes for $68. I know that exact price because I bought it for myself not too long ago. The long dress is easily like a $250 dress, a $275 dress. And so then the mini dress is also something upwards of $200.
At least.
Yeah.
So that's what we're saying.
Correct. So you gained that money back. Maybe it was not exactly $300 that you gained back because I'm really bad at math, so I don't know.
No, it was I actually gained back. I have $300 actually appeared in my bank account. It didn't leave.
True.
Make it Delulu until it come true.
Period.
That's just what I have to live by. So that's what happened today. And also is Christmas.
I'm so excited for Christmas. As you can see, our Christmas PJs.
Our Cindy Lou Who PJs. Sophie sent me these. They're the little ones from Abercrombie. No, wait. They're from American Eagle.
From American Eagle Aerie. Get her name right.
I'm sorry. She's had to pronounce the little Abercrombie American Eagle Aerie is very difficult for my little peanut brain.
I also used to mix them up when I was little.
It's difficult. When she was little. Read me for both. So
no, but why are you laughing at me when I said that?
Because you're so little. Sophie's 5 foot for reference. I look like a giant when I'm next to Sophie. I feel so tall.
Guys, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm 5 feet. Perpetually 5 feet.
Perpetually 5 feet. That's what it says in her medical records. She sent me these PJs and they were so cute. Ever since we started the podcast, we're trying to do matching PJs for each episode, and we're on episode 3. So this is the 3rd matching set. The next one, did you buy the ones from Victoria's Secret?
Not yet. I haven't either. I have them in my cart.
Me too.
I also found a 20% off code.
Oh my god,
Victoria's Secret.
So good at that kind of stuff. Sophie's so good.
I have the honey extension. There's another one called Scently. I use it really infrequently because honey tends to have more. But then I got put on by one of my other best friends to a Capital One shopping app. That if you have a Capital One card, you get extra rewards back. But even if you don't have a Capital One card, you can still use it, and you get a smaller percentage of rewards back.
Oh my gosh, because I have Capital One, and like at the bottom, they're always showing like, but they're never applicable to me. It's like for like BarkBox or something, which we do use, but like it's by the time, like the
No,
timing
no, no.
of the codes
That's
are never
fair.
good.
But this one's very similar to the honey extension. Personally, I love honey.
Mm-hmm.
I
Honey,
really do love honey.
hi, honey,
Honey.
hi.
I've saved a lot of money on honey. And if you have a PayPal, you can link it to your honey, and
Mm-hmm.
then you get cash back on PayPal.
Beautiful. That
Yeah.
see, Sophie's so good at that. So, we're trying to get some Christmas, a couple more Christmas PJs here and there, and just because we like to kiki on here, and we hope that when you're listening, it's kind of like sleepover vibes. And we're doing
Hmm.
our episode today in the evening time, and here in Virginia, it gets like really, really dark really quick. Like I can't even see the sun anymore, but it's like sleepover vibes. Like we're both in our beds, we're both in our PJs, so it's we want it to be the vibes of like, when you get like when your friend sends you like a voice memo and you put it down and you do your chores.
True, that's what I do.
That's
Or
what we
like you
want it
put
to
your
be like.
you put your headphones on to listen to the voiceovers.
Literally,
Not the
literally.
voiceovers, the voice memos, sorry.
Voice memos. Voiceovers too on TikTok. I love a
Same
voiceover.
thing. Same thing.
Especially, have you ever seen Meg the Stallion's voiceover videos on
They're
TikTok?
so funny.
They're so funny and they're the perfect pace for my brain.
No, they're so funny. I love it. I
She's
love it.
she's a delight. So we're in our matching PJs is quite moist because this will be going up in December. I think December 1st or something. I don't know what today is, but happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Maybe Happy Thanksgiving too.
Oh yeah, we hope that you had the most marvelous. Oh, I think this is actually going up.
After
Yesterday will be
Thanksgiving.
thanks would have been Thanksgiving.
Can
Um, so I hope I
you tell
ate
us what
good.
you had for Thanksgiving?
Oh yeah, and leave it in the comments below what you had for
What you had for
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving?
Did you have chicken? Did you have chicken? We like don't eat turkey anymore on Thanksgiving. We eat like chicken.
You know, my dad makes really good turkey for Thanksgiving.
Okay, Pepon.
Yeah, he does really good turkey because he has like this
Does he hunt
infrared
it?
fryer. Um, and so he does like a instead of like a deep fried turkey that ends up like dry and
Yeah.
burnt, it's an infrared fryer that just it's perfect. It literally comes out perfect. It's like if you went to Costco and bought it.
Ooh. We
Delicious,
just
incredible.
we have been going to my in-laws for Thanksgiving. This is something that like I didn't think about. Today we're talking about childhood, so just swerving us into our topic. We don't tangent anymore. But like when I was little, it was always like you spend your Thanksgiving like with your family because like where else are you gonna go? Like I spent a Thanksgiving and we had like microwavable mac and cheese one year because we were at Disney and like we like were at the hotel, but they didn't have any food. Like there was no food anywhere. Like Thanksgiving, this was a long time ago. There was like no
Okay.
Thanksgiving meal anywhere. So like my dad went to like Walmart and got like just some mac and cheese and like some like sliced turkey. And like me and my three brothers were like, thank you, King Julian. So like I feel like when you're younger, you don't think about having to like spend Christmas and Thanksgiving in other places. But like now that I'm married, like we have to compromise, like saying, okay, we're gonna go to Thanksgiving to your parents, and then for Christmas we'll go to my parents.
Yeah.
So I've been going to my in-laws for Thanksgiving the past couple years.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just say, Dominicans know how to cook. If there's one thing,
Girl.
they know how to
Yeah.
cook. And we have like pernil, like so many amazing, yummy things.
There's no such thing as a Hispanic or Latino household that does not have the most delicious food. It has nothing to do with Thanksgiving. The food has
Yeah.
absolutely nothing to do with Thanksgiving, but my God, that shit is bussin'.
It's bussin'. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And like, you know how typically like, there's pumpkin pie and stuff like that. In a Hispanic household, it's you have flan, you have tres leches, you have arroz con leche.
You know, I've never had a pumpkin pie in a Thanksgiving setting.
I feel like you wouldn't like pumpkin pie.
No, but I
Oh,
love pumpkin. I'm such like a pumpkin fan.
I mean, do you think you'd like the texture of pumpkin pie?
Maybe not. I feel like the texture might be off-putting for me.
I love pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie with vanilla ice cream, like vanilla bean ice cream, is like the best for me.
You know that textures are like an ick for me. Like it needs to be the right texture for me to even consider tasting it.
What do you guys think about textures? Leave it in the comments below. But moving on from Thanksgiving, we hope that you had the most wonderful day ever, and we are so grateful for you. And I'm so grateful for you, Sophie. Thank you, especially after she shopped for me today at the Reformation sale.
You better be.
Literally, I literally
You
don't
literally
give a
better
fuck about
be.
it. Do you have any canon events from your childhood that you'd like to talk about?
Girl. Yeah, I probably do, honestly.
There's so many.
I probably do. I have there bro, there's this one event. I'm going to start by saying it never happened to me. Okay? It was a dream.
Ah, that's
It never happened to me. It was a dream, but it's something that mortified me. And like, I guess, I guess everyone's definition of a canon event varies, but
Sure.
like the way that I look at a canon event is like something that shaped you to what you are.
Yes,
Whether
that's
it
how
was
I see it.
traumatizing, whether it was funny, whether it was embarrassing, it
Yeah,
does not matter. It's something that just like put you back on your little route to who you need to be.
on your Zoom.
I had this insane dream as a kid that because since we live in Miami, like we have access to the water, we have access to all the boats, whatever. So I had a dream that my dad was driving a boat, and so instead of like pulling me in the back like when you do wakeboarding, he
Yeah.
was pulling me in the back with my Barbie Jeep.
That's
And
so
so
specific.
I remember in my dream trying to like yell at him for him to slow down, but he wouldn't hear me, so he'd just rev it up, and then the rope got severed, and I was just floating in the middle of the ocean with a Barbie Jeep.
You know
And
what? But you
that
would survive.
that literally traumatized me. That literally traumatized me.
But the thing is that you would survive that. The Barbie, no, it would sink immediately.
No, it would sink, but in my dream it floated, so it didn't matter.
But what did like? Did you like? When you? So because of that dream, are you like scared? Like, did it traumatize you because it was just like so like you thought it would happen when you were younger? You were like, this is gonna
Yeah,
happen, so I can't ever be like pulled by a boat or like
I
scared of
never,
the ocean.
I never did wakeboarding because of that, and I stopped using my Barbie Jeep
Dang.
because that genuinely terrified me.
That is so dreams are intense like that though. Dreams are very
Yeah,
intense. I had a dream the other day about Sophie and I sent her a message the next morning. I was like, "Are you okay?" Cuz it was a dream about how we went to Miami International Airport and
the
she
worst
got
place on
off.
earth.
Yes, she got off on we were driving, she was driving me. I took the wheel, she got out of the car and I left her on the interstate and I went to Miami International by myself.
Okay. I think this is more of a canon event than my dream was. But do you remember when you would go to the store and you would like hold on to your mom so you wouldn't get lost? Like
Sure.
I personally would like hold on to her belt loops.
Yeah,
So when my mom would like lead me around, like bitch didn't want to hold my hand, and I get it because she's pushing a big shopping cart
sure.
to fill groceries for the family. So I
Sure.
get it. So the next best thing was for me to hold on to her belt loops.
Okay, yeah.
So I would walk. I remember this one time that I was at the Disney store when they still existed. And so we're just like looking around, and then all of a sudden I couldn't find my mom. Oh no, I should have held onto her belt loops. I'm running through the Disney store. I run into my mom, and I'm like, oh, thank God, hold on to her belt loops, and I'm talking to her. Mom,
Sophie,
why did you leave me? What? I'm
continue.
I'm talking to her. Mom, why did you leave me? She wouldn't respond to me. And I'm
Hi,
like tugging at her belt loop. And I'm like, Mom, what the hell? Like
Sophie.
little 4 or 5 year old me probably didn't know how to express her rage. So I was ready to start crying. So I'm like pulling her belt loop. She turns around. That's not my mom. So I'm like aggressively tugging at some random lady's pants. And then I realize, oh, this lady's pushing a stroller. My mom, I'm an only child. There's no reason for my mom to be pushing a stroller.
Sophie.
That was a canon event. I fully went up to
Sophie.
another woman, yelling at her, "Why did you leave me?" Pulling on her belt loops, maybe almost pulling her pants down.
And this was actually last weekend that it happened to Sophie.
No, so true, so true. All the defunct Disney stores that now live in Miami, Florida.
Yeah, I have to look. It's so funny. I listen, losing a child is rough. Like it's scary. One time we were in like Nashville or wherever the Biltmore Estate is. I think that's in Tennessee, the Biltmore Estate. It's like huge house, belonged to like a millionaire.
Huge, huge, huge. Yeah, it's the Biltmores.
It's huge.
Huge, huge, huge.
It's huge. And so we were talk about traumatic. Wait, did you ever find like of course you find your mom, but
No,
like
yeah, I
wait,
ended
what
up finding my
happened?
mom. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, I was gonna ask you. She never saw her mom again.
I don't know where I am right now. The house that I live, I don't know.
It's the mother from the other mother. Um, so yeah, I remember I was like watching, we were at this like huge like Biltmore Estate house and we were watching, it was Christmas time and we were watching, I was like 7 and we were watching like
Okay.
this choir sing and you know
Okay.
me, like if
Yeah.
there's a choir, if there's a live performance, like I'm there, I'm watching it and I was like
Your
enamored
front row
by
like
like, oh yeah, I was in the
yeah.
pit of that choir,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And so we're like we're watching, and I'm like hanging onto the railing because like they were on the first floor, I was on the second floor. And so I turn around to go, oh my God, this group is so good. This
So
group is so fire. And so I turn around, no one's there. And mind you, we were not only with my family, it was a family friend trip of like my parents' friends and all their kids. It was like
no, yeah, of
30
course.
of us on this trip. Turn around, no one's there. And like I was a chunky girl. Like you could have noticed that I was gone. Like there would have been a considerable amount of space in the group that was gone. And they should have filled in the blanks and been like, it's Isa, she's not here.
Uh-huh.
I mosey my way over to the security guard. I go, my parents ditched me. I was like, I don't know where my family is. And he goes, okay, let's look for them. And I was like, period, let's go. So he walked around with me in the Biltmore estate. And I go, oh, they're right there. They're all in line for like this one exhibit, having the time of their lives. And I go up to my brothers and I go, you guys left me. It was like a good 25 minutes. And I was like, you guys left me. You guys left me. And they were like, Isa, no, we didn't. Like gaslighting me. Like, Isa, no, we didn't. We didn't leave you.
No,
And I
because
went up
how
to my
would you have
parents.
showed up with a security guard if you weren't left?
Literally. And I like showed up and I like talked to my parents and I was like, you guys left me. You guys left me. What? No one believed me. Because I was also a pathological liar at the time.
Fair. I think
But
maybe.
it's true. It's true. Yeah. So being
Oh,
lost as a child. Imagine getting lost in Wanado City.
did that ever happen to you?
No, just imagine though.
Oh no, I only did Wanadu City like 3 times in my life.
I only did it once.
I did it 3 times in my life. I did it once for my birthday.
I was there
I
for
did
that.
it. I did it once because my aunt used to take care of me and my younger cousin, when we were younger.
Yeah.
So it got to a point like we wore her down. She's like, "I don't have money to take you to Wanadu City." But how are you to understand that at 8, 7 years old?
Like you have money.
No. Like you'll find the money. Like at
Yeah.
8, 7 years old, like you don't get that. You don't understand the concept of like,
Just pay it with
yeah,
your credit card. Yeah.
correct. You don't understand the concept that like people have to work
Sure.
to make money. Like that's a thing that you start figuring out like in your teenage years.
Sure.
So we're like, okay, no, you have to take us. She goes, I don't have money to take you. I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't have money to take you. We literally wore her down and she's like, fuck it, fine. I'll take you guys to Wanadu City. Had the time of our lives.
Of course. Of course.
Had the absolute time of our lives.
And it was just you and your cousin?
Yeah. It was just the two of us. I couldn't tell you what we did. I couldn't tell you.
But you know that you had a great time.
No, correct. And I do remember I've never been happier than when I was the Publix cashier at Wanadu City.
Girl, that job hit different. That job, let me tell you, I really debated. I was like, I think I want to be a Publix cashier when I grow up because that
No,
job was
so
like the
bad.
best.
The cashier and the bagger,
Yes.
that was what I wanted. That's what I wanted to do. Oh, and I also loved the dentist at Wanadu City.
Oh, I don't think I ever did the dentist. I don't
Dude,
remember.
they would give you like a little those like little Colgate like fake teeth things
Mhm.
that you see in like a dentist office.
Mhm.
That was what they had at Wanadu City, and so they would have someone come and like teach you how to like clean the teeth.
Wanadu City was just different. It was a different time.
No, I
It was a
graduated
different
from
time.
dental school at Wanadu City.
She really did. Just like how my brother got his 401k from working an entire shift at Wanadu City, my older brother. Like, you remember the bank teller job?
Unfortunately, yes.
My brother didn't know. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna just keep doing it." He like, I don't know how long he worked it because I know that there's different slots,
Yeah,
obviously,
there's
of you
different
like
shifts.
time.
Everything's like a 15-20 minute
But
shift.
I think he just kept on doing it and doing it. I don't
That
know
fucking
how.
rocks.
And he was like, I worked an 8. Obviously, he's like exaggerating, but he was like,
No,
"Girl, I
correct.
worked a whole 8-hour shift." He was like, I clocked in, I clocked out."
Who's to say he's exaggerating? We weren't there.
No, you're so right. This is probably like years before we even went. Honestly,
And I stand with him.
I remember at this time was around the time of my glamour shot because
We need to get into that.
okay, so Sophie had Sophie, if you're not watching right now, if you're listening, Sophie just did the iconic Issa's glamour photo pose.
It's my favorite photo in the whole wide world.
Because you said Sophie had a birthday party at Wanadu City. So I feel like at the time that we were young, like in the early 2000s, having like themed birthday parties like at Wanadu City, at
Do you remember Club Libby Lou?
that's exactly what I was gonna say. You could do that. You
Yeah.
could do like there was a place that was kind of similar to that, but it was in West Palm Beach, and we were like it was like a photo shoot. So like
Okay.
all of you and like your friends would like go. This was for my 7th birthday. So you would go and get ready and like you'd get like makeup and hair done and there was like a bunch of props. Like you'd go in your clothes and then there was like scarves and like little white hats
To
and
like
like
accentuate.
yes. And then you do a photo shoot with all your friends. You'd get like single shots, you'd get like solo stuff,
That's
duo
incredible.
stuff. And it was like, you invite however many people you want. And it's like a package. And so I did that when I was 7. That was my birthday party. We we used to go all out for birthday parties when we were younger, I feel
I
like.
still do.
Sophie still does. I don't anymore just because like my 24th birthday party was like a super fancy pizza party. That's exactly what I did.
No, but that's delicious.
Yeah, it was an amazing time.
You had an
But
Italian themed birthday party.
Couchy Pepe, Mario. So so because of that birthday party,
Uh-huh.
I had this like glamour shot and it's of me like and my parents decided to take that beautiful, gorgeous, iconic picture and blow it up to
I
I
can't
don't
blame them.
even know the dimensions of that.
No, but the most insane thing is that that glamour shot has followed you every single house you've moved in. Every
And
single
I've
house you've
lived in
moved
a
through.
lot of houses.
Correct.
A lot of houses.
Correct. I
Yeah.
remember it, at one point that was in your living room. Not in your living room, in your dining room.
Oh my God. That it's like it's gone in the living room, it's gone in a gallery wall, it's gone in the hallways. The
I
last
do
space before
remember.
this was a hallway. Now it's in my room at my parents' house, and
I
I
do
love
remember.
to film in front of it because I think it's so funny. And
It's hilarious.
everyone on TikTok comments on it. So like she's just like that's like one of my I really think that I should be her for Halloween.
No, I think that that was a missed opportunity.
I think I can do it next year. I'll do it
No,
next
that's
year.
fine. I'll remind you.
Or
I
I'll
won't.
just do it not for Halloween.
I
I'll
won't
just recreate
remember,
that photo.
but I'll do my best to remind you.
Everyone remind me in the comments below.
Do you remember when we were at Wanadu? Sorry, I'm jumping back into Wanadu City for like one
Please
more
talk
thing.
about Wanado City. I love Wanado City.
No, do you remember when they were like for my birthday? We're like, oh, all the girls, let's go do a fashion show. Do you remember that?
Hmm. Mm.
It's
Mm-mm.
like, and you would go into like what would be like a Macy's equivalent, but it was like full of like kids' clothes. So you can pick out whatever it is that you wanted to wear. You can throw it on, and then you can like strut your stuff down the hallway, and then not the hallway, the catwalk.
This is just the hallway.
You just walk down the runway, down the hallway. Um, but anyway, I remember like getting all the girls to do that, and everyone's like, "Yeah, it'll be so much fun." And it was so. I remember it was so difficult to find a time slot that would allow that many people because I think I had like 10 people with me, and it was like really limited availability, and there was people who already like filled up for like the other time slots, so it was
Yeah.
hard to find a time slot that was open for like all 10 of my invitees.
Mm.
Um, and so I remember when it was time to do that.
Oh, dog.
Watch it.
Oh, dog sounds. Oh my
I
God, Pepper just popped her head out of the.
She looks insane.
She was so funny.
Anyway, back to my what I was saying.
Yes,
I
yes,
remember that it was really difficult to find a slot that aligned for everybody.
yes.
And so then when it was time for me to walk the runway, I was like, guys, I can't do it.
Had noises.
I literally chickened out.
She was like, "No, this is Vogue. You guys don't understand. Anna Winter's out there."
I would chickened out. And then do you remember the newscaster
I remember that.
when I was the weather lady?
Yeah, I remember watching Sophie as the newscaster, and they put you like in a blazer, didn't they?
Girl, I don't remember. You have a better memory at that than I do.
I don't remember the runway thing, but I remember that I have like a distinct memory of Sophie being the newscaster, and they had you behind like in front of a green screen,
Uh-huh.
and but everything was mirrored for what was going to be on the TV, but you could see yourself in the TV, so you knew what to point at. And they like put Sophie in a blazer, and she was like 1'5" at the time. Like she was freaking
Probably.
tiny.
I
Sophie
was
was
yeah.
so tiny. They put her in a huge blazer, and then she's in front of this green screen trying to like point at things, but because it was mirrored, she couldn't figure it out. And it was
This shit's
so
hard.
it
This shit's
was
hard.
no, it was so funny. Like that's one of my core memories from childhood. Also, we've talked a lot about Wanadu City. If you don't know what Wanadu City is,
For our non-Floridians, I don't know if
for
there's an equivalent outside of Florida, but this is like a
I
This is a
No one's like
South
her.
Florida thing. This is like a South Florida thing.
No one's like her. Like
No,
she is not just like me. She is Wanadu City is the moment.
she's
If
unique.
you lived in South Florida, if you were in South Florida, circa like early 2000s, there was this huge place called Wanadu City, and you can go there for birthday parties or just take your kids there
Just for funsies.
just for funsies. And basically, like you could try out like different careers and like different jobs, and
Mm-hmm.
it was like kid friendly. It wasn't like you weren't actually like at a Publix. Like they had like small things
Like
for like
miniature versions, yeah.
yes, it was so cute, and it was like I think of Wanadu City as like I don't know. It gives me like Disney vibes because it felt like like everything was like a set.
It was a theme park, so everything was a set, and so
Mhm.
the whole premise of it was that like the kids can do what they want to do, and it's basically to kind of like, I guess the whole point was to like guide you to see like what career path you wanted to follow. So they literally had everything. They had detectives, they had firefighters, they had
Everyone wanted to be a firefighter.
I loved being a
At the
firefighter.
ripe age of 4 years old, you
I
knew.
was a firefighter. So yeah, it was pretty cool. It was just kind of to like guide you down a career path.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how much that worked because I'm not doing anything that they had at Wanadu City.
I am a Publix cashier in my heart.
No, so true, so true. I'm a Publix cashier when I go to the self checkout.
Oh, we are putting our Wanadu City time to the test.
Our degrees, we're putting our degrees to work.
Your Wanadu City. You know what they should have done? They should have given you degrees when you left Wanadu City,
I
or
do
like a
remember.
401k.
I do remember having like a stack of Wanadu City cash because I never wanted to spend it.
Oh yeah. Oh, because you would get paid
You would
after
get paid,
your shift,
and
basically.
you get paid like 15 Wanadu bucks.
Could you use that at like a store or something at Wanadu City?
I think you could buy stuff like you can buy like little like prizes, and it was like really like shitty prizes, but
I
like you
don't.
could still. It's like when you go to Dave and Buster's and you're like, all of
I
this is
love.
so cool, but I would never use it. It's stuff like
I
that.
love Dave and Buster's. I always end up getting like the little Krabby Patty gummies from Dave and Buster's. They always
They're
seem to
too
have them.
they're too tough.
Ah, I
They're like
love
really
them.
chewy.
I love them. They taste so good.
Listen, you know what another core memory that I have? I remember the one of the very first times that I went to your house.
Oh my God.
So incredibly impressed. And at that moment, the love of my life was Jesse McCartney. The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody episode had just aired. I
Sure.
was
We were
in love. I was like,
Maddie in London.
I was walking around like this. Okay. I was like, oh,
Heart
love Jesse
pounding.
McCartney. So I remember going to your house, and
Awooga.
this was one of the few times that we had convinced our parents to like let us hang out.
Yes.
Um, so whatever, I get there, and I'm telling you about my love for Jesse McCartney, and you go, "Oh, I know him. What do you mean? What do you mean you know him? Yeah, I'm dating him. That's my boyfriend." I, in my heart of hearts, I was like, "No, this girl's literally dating Jesse McCartney. That's not fair. I'm I'm going to kill this bitch." In my brain, I'm like, I'm gonna kill this bitch. How dare she date Jesse McCartney? Um, so I was like, okay, cool. Let me meet him. Why don't you just call him up? What if we just call Jesse up? No,
My
no, no.
boyfriend.
He's really busy right now. Like he can't talk. How do you know that? You haven't spoken to him. No, no, no. Like I know his schedule. He's super busy. You know what? Let me go ask him. He said, "Where are you going?" Oh, he's actually over right now, but he doesn't want to come out because he's really shy. This girl literally goes into her parents' room. I hear her walking in, opens the closet, shuts the closet, and I hear her talking. I don't remember what she said, but I vividly remember hearing her talking. And then 10-15 minutes passes by.
Me
Door
in the closet
opens.
by myself for 10 minutes.
Literally just talking to yourself. Door opens, door shuts again. You come back in. Yeah, sorry, he's not feeling really good. It like he would feel better if you just met him the next time you came. I was like, what do you mean? I'm literally right here. Why can't he come out for me? I swore up and down. He's like, yeah, no, yeah, like, I'm sorry. It's just like my boyfriend right now, like, he's not feeling too good. Like, he doesn't want to meet any fans.
Jesse McCartney, me being the all of 6 years old, and Jesse being probably 20.
No, literally. And you're like, yeah, like, he's my boyfriend. He's currently right now in my parents' closet.
But the thing is that Sophie believed me.
I did.
And I was like, I got her ass. I was
No,
like,
you got me so good. You got
no,
me
but
so good.
no, but the thing is, I was such a pathological liar, but I convinced myself that I was dating him.
Yeah. No.
Dude,
No.
this story, like I remember Sophie was here like while I was dating my husband or we were engaged or something, and we brought up we just like me and Sophie have so many isms, like we have so many like inside jokes
Yeah.
between us
Obviously,
that
yeah.
like and we remember all of them too. And so I think we were just like us three talking, me, Sophie, and my husband, and we just casually bring up, oh yeah, because Jesse McCartney is Issa's ex. And my husband was like, wait, back it up. Train needs to come to a halt. You have to just explain what you're talking about.
Correct.
But we literally we will refer to Jesse McCartney as my ex-boyfriend because of that story.
No, correct. And if you go on my Instagram page, I remember like for your bachelorette or
For my
something.
wedding.
It No, it wasn't for your wedding because your wedding it was something about me forgetting to bustle your dress.
Oh,
No,
forgetting
it wasn't
for my
forgetting to bustle
bouquet.
your dress. It was forgetting to give you your bouquet.
We
Also
forgot to give me my
incredibly
bouquet.
embarrassing. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, but it was something that I think it was like for your bachelorette that I was like, oh, a couple like X days until you marry Jesse McCartney.
Oh my god.
And that's always been like a running bit that
It's
like, oh
been
yeah, Jesse McCartney.
it's been a running bit in our friendship because like it was one of the first times like Sophie said like that she came over to my house. I remember you asked me. I remember you were walking up my stairs. It was like such a normal home too. It
No, it
was just
wasn't. It
it was a
wasn't.
beautiful,
It
but
was
in that
beautiful.
neighborhood it looked like just like every other house that there was in that neighborhood.
Which is fair, but that definitely was not like a normal.
My parents also like really yassified that house. Like they were
Yeah,
like
that's true.
they, my dad does wood floors and stuff, so like
That's
they made the wood
true.
floors really nice, and my mom has like very expensive taste, so the house is beautiful. But like
Correct.
Sophie's walking up the stairs, she goes, "Are you a millionaire?" And I go, "Yeah."
Girl, it's that I've always lived in a one-story house, so for me to
Yeah.
see like a beautiful decadent spiral staircase,
Yeah.
whatever the context is, oh, must be rich as shit.
No, she's like,
Filthy,
she's a millionaire.
filthy rich.
And I
I
was like, yeah.
swore up and down. I swore up and down Issa was filthy rich.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I'm a millionaire and I'm dating Jesse McCartney.
No, and that's I think that's what really did it for me. It's like, oh, because obviously she has a sick house. She has a
Sure.
sick house, so of course she's dating Jesse McCartney.
See,
Of course.
and these are the things that like this was a pop culture moment in our life.
Dude, it was. But one of the other things is that I'm just such an incredibly gullible person.
She is.
I'm such an incredibly like to this day you tell me something and you just have to say it with a just a regular straight face. I'll buy it. I'll buy it.
No, honestly, the thing is though, me and Sophie, you're very gullible, but one thing about us is that we love to lie.
Oh my god, I love lying. It's
We
so
love to,
funny.
but like
It's so funny.
it's lying. It's like the tiniest white lies, like, but like not even like lying to cover something up. It's like we'll be talking to like someone, or we'll just be
Yeah.
talking a conversation. We completely make up,
But like
like a story.
lying for like a bit. It's not to like hurt
Yes,
anyone. It's
yeah.
never to like hide anything from anyone. It's just for a bit.
It's like
Lying
those
for the bit.
videos. It's like those videos of like people coming up with like a story in an Uber. It's like that's the
Yes.
energy that me and Sophie
Yes.
give when we're together.
No, and I think it's so funny. I
And we
love
can't
it.
stop lying. It's also me and Sophie, obviously we grew up together because
Mhm.
we are cousins, but we are cousins by marriage. So my uncle married her aunt. So and they're both from Colombia. They met in the small town that our families are from.
Yeah.
And so I'm taking a hard left here,
That's
but
okay.
so me and Sophie would spend a couple of summers together in Colombia.
Yeah.
And one of our favorite, at least for me, but this is also something that we bring up
All the
constantly.
time.
Do you know what I'm
All
talking
the
about?
time. I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
El Parque del Café.
Yes. That's
Yes.
exactly where I
Okay.
knew we were going.
So in Colombia, I don't know if this is in Tuluá or if this is, I don't know where
No,
it is.
it's not in Tuluá.
Armenia?
It's a little bit north. I think it's I could be wrong. It's closer to Pereira than it is in
It's probably Pereira or
it's
Armenia
closer
or
to
something like
Pereira,
that.
which is Karol G's. No, it's not Karol G's birthplace. That's Caliuchi's. Her family's from Pereira.
Oh my God, she's our neighbor.
Yeah, she is.
So there was a place called El Parque El Café. This was another theme park.
Quite literally translate to the coffee park.
The coffee park. Very, very Colombian. And it was actually a pretty park, like a pretty theme park,
Yeah.
but it had the most rinkety dinkiest like little
Roller
roller
coasters.
coasters. And Sophie was scared of roller coasters when she was younger.
Yeah.
And I had to convince her with everything in me, again, lying through my teeth, to try and get her onto this roller coaster that just like went in circles, like up and down
Yeah.
circles. Granted, there were no actual seatbelts on this thing. There were
Yeah.
no actual like enclosing of the carts. Me and Sophie shared a seat on this
Yeah.
ride.
It's like the Space Mountain seats in the sense that like you just sit down and it's just a little like pull down thing, but think about Space Mountain with significantly less funding and budgets. Like so incredibly rinkety dinkety that if the wind blew the wrong way,
She's going
you're
down.
gone. You're out.
She's got it. Like the chances of us surviving that ride were less than us. Wait,
Yeah.
no. Yeah, like there were like the chances of you getting off of that safely are very low. So,
Very low. Very low,
like
but
I
not
said,
yeah.
like we shared a seat. Like they allowed us to just share a seat. I don't know if that's how it was, but like we shared a seat.
No, yeah.
And I just remember getting Sophie to go on this ride, and like this was like I think one of our biggest bonding moments of just like it's the two of us. We're tiny little children. We're in Colombia. We're at a
Yeah.
Parque El Cafe. Sophie's going on her roller coaster for the first
For
time,
the
and it's
first
just
time
this.
ever.
It's just this roller coaster that goes up in circles and then comes back down.
Yeah.
Ah, that's one of my favorite childhood memories with you.
I remember being traumatized because your entire family wanted to go on the roller coaster, and I was like a guest. I was invited, so you're all like, "No, like it'll be so much fun." And then I remember we went on it like 4 times, and on the last try, you told me, "No, you can't sit with me anymore." What do you mean you can't sit with me anymore? What do you mean I can't sit with you anymore? I'm so scared. I don't care. You have to get your own seat, and you
I'm
made me get my own
so
seat.
I'm so sorry.
You made me get my own seat, and that traumatized me, but not
I'm
as
so
much
sorry.
as when I was staying at your house and your brothers were harassing us to the point that we locked ourselves in in your bathroom.
Wait, that sounds wrong. Hold on. So
No,
my
back
brothers
up, back up,
my
back up.
back up. My brothers were like just being funny and like trying to scare us because we were
Yeah,
home alone. My parents were gone, probably out at dinner or something like that.
yeah,
Sophie was visiting for the weekend, and like my brothers were older. One of them was like probably 18, 19, the other one like 17, 16. So like they were older. They were trying to like do pranks on us and like scare us and stuff like that because it was
yeah.
nighttime. So we were scared. So that's why we locked each other or
Okay,
ourselves in
yeah.
the bathroom. Yeah.
So Asa and I locked ourselves in the bathroom, and we're like, "How do we get them to stop?" And Asa
Yeah.
goes, I have an idea. I have to pretend that I'm sick. And so we found like some rinkety dinky makeup palette and I got all the white
It was
and
probably from Justice or
I
something.
literally painted your face white with just like the little like eyeshadow brush
Like literally,
all over
yeah.
all over your face, and then I got the black eyeshadow and like I accentuated her eye bags, and I'm like, guys, Issa's so sick, you can't do this to us, you have to send her to the hospital, you're gonna give her a heart attack.
She
And
does
they're
it
like,
so
no.
good.
They're like, no. So then we got the paintings from the walls. You remember when we threw them against the door? And that's what made them stop because we're like, you guys are causing everything to fall. And
Oh
they're
my
like, oh
god.
shit, yeah. They're like, oh shit, yeah, yeah, yeah. Just sorry, don't tell mom, don't tell mom.
Oh my god, the way that we like why did we fabricate that? Like why did we come up with like
No, that was so funny. But I think that's the epitome of like I've never had that experience because you've always had well, you have
brothers?
siblings. You have siblings, and I've been in like I'm like, always been an only child.
Yeah.
So like it's like the very different I don't know, experiences, I guess.
Of like growing up with brothers versus or like even just with siblings. No, yeah, that's like that was just like a normal day in our household, like
I
with
had
having
never to me that was
two brothers.
traumatizing.
Like when I was little, my brothers pulled they I think they were in their like scaring era. So like
Okay.
this is just to give you a little bit of insight of what it is like being like the only girl and the
As
youngest girl out
teenage
of
boys
three.
do. Yeah.
Because I think they were in their scaring era because this was like similar time. This was like
Yeah.
probably 2011 or something like that. And they scared the absolute living badonkers out of me. And I mean, like, they cornered me into like, keep in mind, my grandma's in the other room, like, ironing something. So, like, she was there, but she wasn't
Yeah.
like watching us,
She
right?
didn't care, yeah.
No. And so they like turned off all the lights in the house and were like trying to go, like, ooh, scare me, right? They corner me into like this one part of the house. And all of the, like the lights are on behind me, but all of the lights in the rest of the house are off,
Uh-huh.
so I can't see anything. And I didn't know where my brothers were, and they were plotting against me, without me even knowing. They throw, dog tags, like for like
Yeah,
those
yeah,
who are in
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
services. So like in Orlando, like they had like gotten dog tags.
Sorry, that just reminded me of Nick Jonas and his diabetes dog tag.
I had a dog tag, and it was, my name was spelled not Isabella but Isabello. Um
Oh, hello, Isabello.
Hello, Isabello. So Nick's diabetes dog tag. So my brothers took their dog tags and threw it as hard as they could, and it hit the wall behind me. So I looked up, and as soon as I looked back to try and see where they were coming full force, both of them running at me with blankets covering their heads, going like "Wah, wah, 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 wah," and it scared me to death. I had a panic attack, and to this day they laugh about it. Like they are so, they're so kind. However, I remember one time at a Chili's, my brother, one of them, I don't know how they plotted this. They, I think they have like some kind of like brother telepathy or something like that.
Yeah, of course.
At the same time, without even like talking about it, one of my brothers takes my hand, opens it as big as he could, and holds it down on the table. We're at a Chili's. We're at a
Anything can
Chili's on a
happen at
Sunday.
Chili's.
We're,
Anything can happen at Chili's.
anything can happen at a Chili's. He holds my hand as big as he could. My oldest brother takes a ketchup bottle and squeezes as much ketchup as he could into my hand. And I'm sitting there. My parents are sitting right in front of us. They do nothing. And I'm sitting there with a handful of ketchup. And that's what it's like having brothers, baby. So be glad that you're an only child.
No, because can I tell you that I think this is like a funny difference between like only child households versus like like multiple siblings households.
Yeah.
When I was an only child, I was obsessed. I'm still an only child. When I was a child, I was obsessed with like taking the straws off, but like leaving the like the little end to like hit it at people. And
Oh,
I remember
yeah.
one time I went and hit my dad like here, like just it was very innocent, like here on the side,
Yeah.
with like the end of the paper straw.
Mhm.
Girl, worst thing I could have done.
Oh my
The
God.
PF
Because
Chang's, I felt the PF Chang's like light on fire because I did that. And I think that's a really funny way to like look, not a funny way, but I think it's a perfect example because like
Mhm.
when it's like a singular child, it's like you don't
Mhm.
really have anyone um to take any of like that anger out on
Yeah, you
other
get the
than
blame.
like yeah, like the singular kid is the one that gets the sole blame for literally everything,
Yes.
whereas in a multiple sibling household the kids kind of just it gets dispersed
It's
amongst all of
rationed.
you. Yeah, it
Yeah.
gets dispersed amongst all of you, so
Yeah.
it's like it's something like that it's like okay, these kids are fucking stupid, but that might come up and like bite your brother in the ass 2 weeks later.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. And you can like, I don't know what it is about, like I also have like the world's silliest dad, and like my mom just thinks my dad's so funny. And
He
so
is
like
funny, I can't lie.
we still do that with the straws. Like for my dad's birthday, we went out to eat at Expectation, like this
Uh-huh.
like egg place,
Oh
like
yeah, okay, I
breakfast
do
place.
remember.
And like we were having an entire war as a table, and I got so sick of it. He kept hitting me. Mind you, my dad is almost 60 years old. He kept hitting me, and me in specific, and like with the straw and everything. And
Yeah.
so I bundled up all everything that he threw at me plus some extra
Oh
napkins,
my
and I
god, no
threw it
way,
at.
I was there.
Oh my God, Sophie,
I
you were
was there.
there.
That was for your mom's birthday, not your dad's
Oh, my
birthday.
mom's
Yeah, yeah,
birthday.
yeah. That we got
That's
like
why you
all
were
the
there.
ammunition. We
Oh
got
my
all the
God.
ammunition, and I told you to wet it a little bit so it would like stay stuck.
Oh my God, you were there.
Yeah, I was there.
Oh my God. And I threw it at my dad, like this huge bundle of paper
The
or of
snowball of
napkins.
paper, yeah.
And it landed as he was going to take a sip of his smoothie. It landed in his smoothie cup, and everyone was looking at him.
Even the waiter had walked in at that moment.
That was like the most perfect. So like that's what I'm talking about. Like, yes, that's the difference I feel like with growing up with siblings. However, imagine growing up in a house, like I know people with like nine, like my parents. Well, my mom comes from a house of nine siblings. Imagine growing up with
Yeah.
9, 10 other siblings.
Bro, that's the thing. It's like I get why everything is so dispersed amongst like multiple sibling households. It's because they simply can't anymore. Like parents, like they're just so
Yeah,
fucking tired of everyone's shit.
literally,
So like
literally.
I get it. I get why it's dispersed. Whereas I'm a single child, and the single thing that I do to fuck with people, everyone's gonna know. But if there's three
Yeah.
of you or nine of you,
Oof.
You don't know who to blame it on. Everyone blames it on each other. Too tired to further investigate, so just everyone go to your room and take a nap.
Truly, and like you could also have like conspiring here and conspiring
Oh my
there.
god,
Like,
yes.
but the thing about three is that my brothers are only 2 years apart, and I'm 7 years apart from the oldest and 5 years apart from
So
the
you're the
middle.
baby.
So I'm the baby. So I got treated very much like the baby in the
Yeah.
household. So like I didn't grow up with like obviously like we're telling funny stories about my brothers, like where like they were like plotting against us for sure.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
but for the most part, like my brothers like I still get called where's baby? Like when I just got off the phone with baby or mama. It's like baby or
Yeah.
mama. I'm always getting called that. So like it it was nice having that. And I always wanted sisters when I was growing up. And I didn't realize I was like, well, if my brothers marry a woman, I could get sisters
That's true.
if that were to happen. I got two plus two more. I have four sister-in-laws now.
That's true. Plus, you have chosen family that you can kind of,
Exactly.
yeah. Like
Exactly.
I would consider you a sister.
Oh yeah, we're las gemelas. We're
You're
the
not.
twins.
We're the twins. Yeah. Everyone in their family calls us twins because obviously we're
Look at
identical.
us. Look at us. We're same height, same face,
Same skin tone, same hair
everything.
color,
Yeah.
everything. Everything.
Hair color is actually kind of close right now.
No, yeah, we're kind of on par with that. But I just think
Very
it's so
close.
funny that we walk around and everyone's like, "I la gemelas."
That's us. And literally we have no like zero blood like connection. However,
Correct.
I think we're the closest of the entire family.
Probably. Like we talk more than anything, more than
Yeah.
anyone.
Yeah. But I think that to end the podcast,
Okay.
I think because we did this last time, we might not do this every single time, but because we did this last time when we're talking about childhood, I'm going to propose the question again. What is a piece of advice that you would give your younger self? And like maybe like pick an age or maybe one of these canon events or something like that. Like what would you
Okay.
wish you would have heard when you were younger or
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm trying to see if I can relate it to anything that we kind of spoke about. But
I have one.
okay, go. You go first because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm blanking.
I would say I would say girl stop lying.
Okay, yeah, that's another one. Lying is fun on occasion, but you cannot live your life lying
Yeah.
because people will grow to resent you, and at some point, your lies become your reality, and you become so disillusioned as to what's going on. That's
Mhm.
something that you simply just cannot follow.
Truly. I think it was a way to cover up I not it's not like I had trauma, but like any kind of like emotional trauma. I grew up
Yeah,
bigger. So like, I had a little bit of bullying that happened when I was younger. So I think it was just like a defense mechanism for
a
me.
form of coping. Yeah,
So from, I would just say stop lying because it got me into deeper trouble,
yeah, yeah. No, no. I
when I was younger. So
I
I would
remember my
say,
mom confronting me about things, and I would just lie to her. And
oh
in my
yeah,
brain, it's just easier for me to come up with a lie than to admit the truth.
sure.
But it was always down. Just lying was always got you down a harder path than anything else.
Always. It always came back to bite you. So I think that like I think I started really telling myself this like when I was starting to grow up and living a life of truth and humility has been very much, I don't know, it's been a lot better, like since, listen, I was a child, okay? I had a
That's
very big
fair.
imagination,
That's fair. You're a kid.
but like it was just like fun. I found it fun. And I think that like also, um, like these moments won't be forever. So
Yeah.
like, when you're younger, like you want to grow up and you want to be an adult and you want to be independent. I wish I would have savored those moments a little bit more and would have really tried to live
Yeah.
presently in those moments rather than constantly. It's great to look forward and it's great to want and have a plan and have these hopes and dreams, but it's also really important to stay present and to stay in these moments because if not, life is going to pass you by and you're going to end up
Hmm.
wishing that you were more present. So, those two for me.
I think I would say this kind of builds off of our Wanadu City conversation. Maybe this is more geared towards like teenage me when still trying to figure out what I want to do. It's very easy to see things laid out for you and not fully understand exactly what it is you want to follow in your life. But like, if I were to tell teenage me, like, if you reflect back on the opportunity that you had to dip your toes in different things, even if it was at a very like childish level, um, that it's okay to still do that and to open different doors and navigate through all those different doors to fully understand what it is that makes you happy, what it is that that propels you forward, so that way you can build a life on that. And it's okay to change your mind a couple
Mhm.
times, but as long as you end up happy, I think that's the most important thing.
Definitely. It's
Yeah.
okay to even have so much time, to have put so much
Hmm.
time and effort and dedication and even money into a certain career path or a certain hobby or a certain job, and you might not be able to find passion in that anymore, and you might want to change career paths, or
Yeah.
it doesn't bring you joy, or it doesn't bring you, something's lacking. It's always okay
Yeah.
to
I
switch.
remember I remember teenage me wanted to do a couple of things, but there was never like a definite answer until I just progressed later in life. Obviously, that's how we all role,
Yeah.
but it was always like a guilt of, oh, I already said that I was going to do this,
Hmm.
or I had already met with so and so person that said they were going to meet me, they were going to introduce me to so and so, to like when I take my college courses for XYZ, like they have my
Yeah.
back and like they can guide me through whatever. So I guess it's like the commitment that you think that you've already made, but there's really no commitment as long as you can follow your own, like you can follow your own path. And like when you're at that age, like just trying to start navigating who you are, like it's okay
Hmm.
to change your mind a million and 10 times.
100%. Like,
Even now, I mean, obviously, like we're grown up, so we
I'm
have
just
like
a baby.
we have financial obligations, and we have things that maybe it's not as lenient and as easy as it was back then, but definitely take advantage of those teenage years where you can do that
Yeah.
without any repercussions.
Yeah. Yeah. Being an
That's
adult
what I would
sucks.
say to myself.
Yeah, same, honestly. I think not so much to my childhood self, but more to like my teenage self, for sure.
Yeah,
Like 14, 15, 16. But yeah, I think that we had great, amazing childhoods, and
we did. We were very blessed. We were very lucky. We were very
yeah,
fortunate.
very, very grateful for my memories that we had and the opportunities that we had. And honestly, the silly, stupid things that we did. Like, we could do like a whole nother hour, no, 3 hours of me and Sophie
Probably.
talking about, like, we didn't
Probably.
even bring up Niall Horan's cousin. So if you guys want to hear about Niall Horan's cousin, leave it in the comments below.
We could do Niall Horan's cousin. You know what? Can we do Niall Horan's cousin for the next 2 minutes? Because I
Okay,
think I think it's a quick one.
we're gonna end this with Niall Horan's cousin.
It's
Do you
just
want
a
to take
little. It's
you
a
want to
little
take it
sweet
away?
treat. Yeah.
Okay.
So a couple summers ago, not a couple summers ago, I'm
Girl.
literally lying. This was like the summer of like, it had to have been like 2012,
Yes.
2013. That I had invited Isa. My family was going on like a vacation in Vero Beach, Florida. So I had invited Isa, hey, I'll pick you up on the way north if you want to hang with us for the weekend. Oh my God, yeah, of course, sure. We're having a jolly old time. My parents go, hey, let's go to dinner. This was probably a couple nights into our vacation. We go to dinner, and it's just like this, like the seaside restaurant. It's kind of like a shack on the sea, but it was
Mhm.
very delicious. Some guy comes up to us. His name was something Horan. He was
Mhm.
Irish.
Mhm.
At the peak of
And
One
blonde.
Direction infection. At the
Mhm.
peak of One Direction infection. What does that say to me? Oh, that's Niall Horan's cousin. Issa and I swore up and down that we had met Niall Horan's cousin.
Still to this day.
You know, to this day, yeah, we definitely met a Horan.
Niall Horan's cousin, if you're listening, we miss you. We hope that you're doing so well.
Yeah,
We really think that you were a canon event in our lives. We talk about Niall Horan's cousin
all
all
the
the
time.
time.
Yeah.
Like, it's like me telling my husband that Tom Morello is my uncle, even though Tom Morello definitely is not my uncle. I tell him all the time, like, we met Niall Horan's cousin.
I saw a photo of Tom Morello the other day, and I was like, damn, he kind of does look like your dad.
He looks just like my dad.
To be fair, you could tell me that.
Yeah, I know. I'm convinced, and no
You
one
could tell
believes
me
me.
that.
No one
You
believes me
could tell
except
me that.
myself. But that is, yeah, that honestly, Niall Horan's cousin, I wouldn't put it past him that they are related. And this was literally at the height of, like, they had just come off of X Factor. Like, they were in, like, it was a couple years after that. So, like, they were at like peak, 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 like she said, One Direction infection. And
It
we were
was.
in the trenches. I think we're gonna do an episode on One Direction
I
infection,
think we
truly.
have to. I think we have to.
That was a catalyst for
I think
my
we have to.
life.
That was a catalyst for my career.
Honestly, yeah, especially Sophie working on
Genuinely.
music. I mean, it was it was there were so many things. There were so many. Honestly, I could say the same.
It was genuinely a catalyst for my career. But you know what? Maybe next time we can kind of touch a little bit on where we're at and why.
Yeah, who, what, when, where, and why. Oh my God, we want to do an episode on movies and TV shows. Okay, so if you guys want to hear anything specific from us, please leave it in the comments below.
In the
Let us
comments.
know. This is your world. We're just living in it because at the end of the day, guess what? She's just like me.
So true. And you guys can find us on TikTok and on Instagram at She's Just Like Me Pod, and our personal pages. What's yours? Isa_Kristen.
For TikTok, it's Isa_Kristen22. For Instagram, it's Isa_Kristen. And for YouTube, it's Isa_Kristen.
So true. And then I am just at Not Sophie Lopez on Instagram.
Yeah. Do you want to plug your TikTok?
Oh yeah, my TikTok at Phil Dunphy fan account. Don't ask me why. I don't use it, but come hang with me.
Yeah, come hang.
Actually, you know what? Please follow me so I can do lives with Isa, because
we need to get Sophie to 1,000 followers. So please go follow her.
TikTok won't let me go live because I don't have 1,000 followers, and I think that's so unfair.
No, it's honestly like they're bullying her, and I really just am very upset with TikTok right now. Yeah, so please make sure that you follow us here on Spotify or on YouTube, subscribe so you never miss an upload, turn on your post notifications, and just have like the most amazing day. It's Christmas. We're going to be talking about so much Christmas stuff in the next episode, so stay tuned for that.
We have so much fun stuff for you guys. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, love you all so much. Goodbye.
Bye.